Good morning, guys. Let me show you some of my flowers are blooming here. I'm gonna get them watered this morning. I have an extreme heat warning. My irises are starting to come. Some of the other stuff needs fixed. Oh, I gotta go up all these steps. My rose bushes need watered. Every year I get a new rose bush since I moved here. This one has turned into a bush. I got these dianthus because they were dead, and I know I can bring them back to life. So those darn little bugs on there, I gotta put some of that powder stuff on there. So every year those little bugs get them. But I don't get these ones as much. But I gotta get those fixed up. I gotta get more river rock. The boys that I hired last year didn't do a very good job. I paid them good too. Oh look, here's a bud. How beautiful. I used to garden a lot in my other house before I moved. But found out that the lady tore everything up. So let me get up these steps and I'll start. Good morning, guys. It's 5:50 in the morning. I got up late. I got up at 4 a.m. I usually get up at 3. And I go all day, no nappies. There's a little bit of sunshine hiding behind a little cloud there. It's a little hazy because it's so warm. I opened the garage door again and hit me right in the face. Let's see if you can see past my ferns. I have to lower these ferns, they're too low. So, it's the last day Maddie's here until he goes back to Texas. I'm gonna miss him. Be another year till I see him, hopefully just a year. I've gone as long as 4 years because it is so expensive for him to come out. But I'm gonna try to save up the money for him and his spouse to come next time. Good morning. So it is June 25th, 2025. I am now 60 years and 1 day. Today I would like to, in my Let Go book, I picked up the reading of I Let Go of Sorrow. Yesterday was one of the happiest days of my life because I was so looking forward to turning 60, and I had a wonderful, great time, especially you guys all showing up for my live. And if you didn't make it, that's okay. I don't keep track of who's there and who's not, but it made my heart so happy that you guys took the time to come spend with me on my birthday. Sorry, I am such a big baby. These are tears of joy because I have such a wonderful community. I just love you guys so much. I really love you guys. But oh, geez, Sally. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so happy. I had such a wonderful day. But these are happy tears, so don't get sad. I'm not gonna be able to read like dang darn tears in my eyes. I literally wear my heart on my sleeve, good and bad. Ugh. So I want to let go of sorrow because yesterday, even though I was telling you the story on the live about my mom and the buttons, you have to watch the video, but the buttons from heaven, because I miss my mom so much. And I'm happy that she's in a better place because she suffered a lot with her colon cancer. And then, you know, last Saturday was supposed to be my 60-40 party, and canceled it because I'm gonna make it in August or something. I don't know. Because, you know, Vinny was supposed to be there. He was gathering all these pictures from when we were younger. And, you know, he passed away. And Kern wouldn't be there.
darn it, I'm cutting this out. Okay. So it was hard for me not having those people there. But you guys made up for it for the most part. I have new relationships, new friendships, and my friend Danny, my best friend, yesterday, he says, Sal, it's why you're feeling this way, because you were gifted with those friendships, and you are sad because you missed them because you had such a strong bond with them. And I did, because if you would have known Vinny, there's no way we should have been friends, because he was, a little hard ass and, a cocky person in high school. But he was so loving to me. He never swore in front of me. He treated me like a lady. And he admired Daryl and me for being married for so long, because he couldn't keep a relationship. He was a womanizer, but not to me. But anyway, so I want to let go of sorrow. I'm trying really hard, because even Vinny told me that I needed to let go of the sorrow I felt for Kerm being gone. And it's going to be 9 years in August that Kerm's been gone. But it still feels like yesterday. And my mom, I think now it's February. It was 13 years now Mommy's been gone. And it just feels like yesterday too. It's so fresh in my heart. But I want to let go of sorrow. And when sorrow visits, I bless it. Thank it for its message and gently release it. Sorrow reminds me that I have experienced the loss of something I value. Perhaps I have lost a loved one, a pet, or treasured object. While not resisting my feelings, I guess that's what I'm doing here, I'm not resisting. Sorry guys. I remember that Jesus, our way shower, taught us that solace comes from turning within and connecting to God, to spirit, where we always receive comfort and strength. And I do receive comfort and strength, because I don't know where I would be without being able to talk to God, Jesus. I've even talked, I know some of you aren't Catholic, but I talked to the Virgin Mother, waiting for my oldest son to come back to us. He's estranged from us, and it hurts. But I'm glad that he still has a relationship with his brother. So I asked the Virgin Mother to help me, God, JMJ, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, the Holy Family. And I know that God gives me comfort and strength, and I talk to him all day long. And I don't know how some people that don't have that relationship with God, they need to find that, because there's so much comfort in that, knowing that there's God, because I don't know where I would do. I mean, those of you that are Christians, what would you do without talking to God? I talk to him all day, because you know what prayer is? Prayer is talking to and listening to God. Now, I'm a motor mouth. God's probably like, please be quiet so I can give you an answer. But he is a patient God. He has to be, to put up with my antics, my shenanigans. And but someone said the other day to me, about me being so hyper and goofy and stuff. And I forget who it was. It said, you need to calm down. No, I'm not. Okay, because I'm 60 now, and I don't care. I've held my real me inside. I've had to be good at the darn teacher meetings, and for the most part, I didn't always. But in my classroom, my kids knew me, and I think that's why I have such a grand, wonderful relationship with my former students. Even though they were 5 years old, they still remember me. They still want to talk to me and tell me all of their things. Sammy does it, his sister Mackenzie, my girl Shay. I mean, I have so many students that I love so much, and that genuinely love me back. Like the one year they showed up at my door on my birthday. with food and everything, ready to celebrate my birthday. And for them to even remember that's when my birthday was is just something, you know. For a 23-year-old boy, you know, I call him a boy because I'm old, for Sammy to remember my birthday, you know, took time out of his busy schedule because he was in the middle of doing a job to tell me that. Happy birthday, Mrs. D. Just meant a lot to me. I'm still friends with his grandma, his mom, and his dad, like his little brothers, and it's just wonderful. So God gives you relationships, and then He gives you new ones, and I'm so grateful that I have you guys. I can't even express to you how grateful I am that you guys support me, not only with the lives, with, you know, subscribing and trusting your time to watch. I don't know how many people get to the end of the videos because I do tend to trend off on things like I'm doing now, but I am just so grateful to God for gifting me with you guys. So it says, sorrow and joy intertwine. So that's sorrow that I have intertwines with joy because I have the memories of my friends. And look, I'm making new memories with you guys. And that is exactly why I'm so glad that God pushed me and that God's daughter pushed me to do this video. And I'm not sure she's still online, but I'm so glad that she pushed me on January 1st to subscribe. And the thing that I always said, and I still do that, I mean, yes, I would like subscriptions. I'm not looking to make $1 million on here and be a big guru, because I want to know my people in my community. And if you comment to me, I'm going to get to know you. I'm going to bother you. No, I'm not that much. But I like to talk to you guys and interact with you guys. I have time to do that. And I know, you know, some people try to do that on their channels, but they have full-time jobs. My full-time job is trying to get rid of all this treasures here. So I just really want to know you guys so badly and interact with you. And I've done that so far with, you know, the majority of you that are writing to me, and I feel your joy when you have joy. I feel your pain when you have pain. Kanku Kitty, she knows that I'm thinking about her. Right, Brooklyn? You haven't written back to me yet, but you can email me. I will get back to you. But if you have personal things you want to ask me or tell me, email me. But I do need some questions for the Q&A that's coming up. So you can either ask me stuff about me, or you can ask about our marriage, how 40 years, what we've gone through. But sorrow and joy intertwine. Without sorrow, I could not recognize joy. Sorrow carves the path for joy to emerge. When I live from my dignity, when I live from my divinity, I recognize the deep joy that is my inherent birthright. The deep joy that's my inherent birthright from God. I claim it even in the midst of my sorrow. As I keep my focus on joy, it permeates my darkest moments. It takes away those darkest moments. From this place, I let go of sorrow and bask in the glory of living with joy. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under earth. And it's under that darn book in the Bible, Ecclesiastes. I can never say that. That's why I never did those readings at church in the lectern. But it's chapter 3:1, and I'll read it one more time. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. So we have seasons in our lives, and maybe they include joy. And some people's like, why did God let that happen? Well, first of all, you know, God doesn't want you to have pain. Most of our pain, if you really think about it, comes from the free will that God gives us. You have the free will to do your own decisions. God instills in you the right, just like if someone was stealing or killing someone, I mean, anything like that, doing bad things to another person, you feel it in your heart. You have a conscience. Even the worst criminal has a conscience. But sometimes they put that away and they don't think about it, and they forget about God, and they forget about what's right and what's wrong. And a lot of times it's the upbringing of children by their parents too. I see so many parents when I'm out and about that let their children talk to them so horribly. And I think a lot of the parents try to make up for their working so much, because today you have to have two working parents for the most part. I mean, Daryl and I are struggling with just him working. It's a real struggle with the gas prices, with everything. And I can't imagine having kids on top of that. Well, I have the fur babies and they cost me a lot. I mean, we feed them before we feed ourselves, and it takes a lot of money to keep all these animals and vet bills and such. But that's my love, you know. But I can't imagine that. And I think a lot of these parents are, you know, trying to buy the love and buying these iPads and stuff, because kids are just glued to their phones, to their iPads and things like that. My daughter-in-law, she when she came to visit, I don't know much about her because she always had her head down, and I know the top of her head pretty well because she was always on her phone, even during Thanksgiving dinner and things like that when they used to come. I never really learned anything about her because she was always doing that. Let me see how much time I have on here. Oh my, I'm running over. So this is the Sunrise with Sally, and I think I'm going to do another part one on world peace. So I'm going to do another video after this, but I don't want to keep you on this one too long. Guys, spend time with one another. I know a lot of you have a lot of pain and sorrow like me. I mean, I have a hard time even talking about the people. Like my mom, I can't talk about her without bawling my eyes out, because I spent so much time, a year and a half, trying to help her, you know, through the cancer. I gave up my career, everything for her. And I don't resent it at all or regret it at all, because I had that time with my mom. And yeah. And I inherited my brother, who's a pain in the butt, but I love him to death. So I love you guys. Spend time with someone today that you love. After work, turn off everything, just sit down and relax and just tell each other about your day, and you will feel so much better. And please do that, because, you know, Daryl and I have been married 40 years, and there was one point where I felt like I didn't even know him, because we were just going this way and that way, go this way and that way, and we weren't talking. So I love you guys. I'm grateful for every one of you. I really am. Love you. Bye.